We've seen you found your way here. Welcome, sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast, Being You by Mel G.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Being You. I'm Mel,
And I'm G.
and today we have a very special guest who is also a friend of ours, and he goes by Saeed. So, Saeed, welcome to our podcast, and thanks for taking the time out of your day to join us.
Thank you, guys. I'm really glad to be a part of this, and I'm honored to be part of your podcast. And
Aw,
I wish you guys the best of luck. Yeah. So
aw.
I'll start introducing myself. My name is Saeed, and I'm 26 years old. Gemini, by the way, if it, if it really matters.
Okay.
Uh, I'm Eritrean from Eritrea, which is an African country, and I was born and raised in Saudi Arabia. And because I was born and raised there, I blend in with their culture and tradition. So that's kind of a part of me. And I'm currently here in the Philippines studying dentistry. And yeah, that's me.
That's really cool. Wait, because you're Eritrean and you adapted Arabic culture.
hmm
Could you say that you still have a hint of Eritrean culture with you, or no?
Yeah, to some extent, because the Eritrean culture is still practiced in our home. Like when I'm with my parents, like I always speak our language, the Eritrean language, with my mom and dad. But as soon as I leave the house, I switch and I try to blend in with the other people who are outside, like my friends, my neighbors, and yeah, it's that's how I blend in. And usually, yeah, the street, like the neighborhood, that would raise you, and that's how I blend in with the Saudi culture. So if
Mm.
I went back to Eritrea, I would be a foreigner there again because I've only been there once when I was a kid. So yeah, most of my life I was in Saudi.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
We're we're
yeah,
all we're all people that have left their countries to come somewhere else to study. So I can
indeed.
imagine going back to your own country and then having a hard time adjusting.
I
Wait,
guess
could
yeah.
you really put me in that circle though? Because I was born and raised in America, and basically, like anybody over there would consider it their country because they were born there, since it's such a diverse country.
Well, I mean, you're a citizen. Like, isn't there citizenship by born of the soil? When you're born there, you are
Yeah,
automatically a citizen.
natural born, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we kind of might have the same experience to some extent. Like you coming here, I would imagine it would be. I don't know, because when I how to say, if I would go back to Eritrea, I would be shocked by the culture, even though I know how it is. I don't know. How did you feel when you came here in the Philippines the first time? When was it? Like 6 years ago?
Who, me or G or
Yeah. No, no,
Well, I
you
mean, either of us.
from America. Yeah, either of you.
I
Yeah,
think either of us,
coming.
because we've all been here for about 6 to 8 years or so, within that range or earlier. I mean, like our smooth countries, there is the difference in culture, different practices, different rules. It's just a whole set of adjustments when you just newly move to some place.
right, all right.
Right. But this episode is mainly going to be focused on you, our guest, Saeed.
Yeah, of course.
Oh no, I know. I just kind of wanted
Yeah.
to like add some stuff, because I want to get
Oh,
to know
yeah.
him also with like cultural. Sorry, sorry,
No, no, it's
No,
okay. I mean,
no, no.
it's a good
It's
thing
cool.
to have
melting,
someone relate. No,
I mean,
no, to
it's good
have
that we
someone.
can all relate
relate.
on safe.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, so like to some extent we did experience all of that, but however, for you, Saeed, of
hmm
course, you had Eritrean culture in your household, and then when you step out of the house, it's you had to blend in with Arabic culture. How did you feel when did you realize or choose or were you told that you should come to the Philippines to study?
And actually, no, it was kind of because I know someone, like family friend, who was in the Philippines, and ironically, that person is studying the same university that I wanted to go to, and the same course. So I had to inquire first, and it sounded really great to me, and that's why I chose the Philippines.
Mm.
So it was mainly my choice, and my family supported that, although it was a bit strange just to go from one side of the world to the other side. But yeah, it was kind of my choice, and it's a good choice.
Wow, that actually takes a lot of courage to leave your home, to leave a country with your whole family there, and then move to another one just for school. Like you're the one that chose that for yourself. Like you
Yeah,
just wow.
yeah. I actually did that, and actually I was really young. I was like maybe 18, and I had no experience traveling alone. I didn't know how is it going to be like traveling to another country who doesn't speak your language and who has totally different culture. And it was challenging, but it was fun. Like just to think of it now, it was fun me coming here, and
Mhm.
yeah,
Well,
Wow.
well, obviously, G and I didn't really like get to experience that because,
No, like
yeah,
we're like when both of us came here on separate time periods, I didn't pick here the Philippines to come. Like my parents just sent me over.
yeah. I mean, it sucks, but it's okay. I think
Yeah, I
like,
mean on the bright
we guys
side,
got to meet, right? The bright side,
on
we
the
guys
bright
got to
side, we
meet.
all got to meet each other, and here we are now. So,
yeah, that's a really, really good bright side. I do admit, like, because in Filipino American households, when it comes to college, usually they send their kids over to the Philippines, which is why, hence, I'm here. But,
Hmm.
back then I used to be like really hesitant of coming here to study, all because one, I just want to be one of the regular kids that stayed in their country and just finishing everything in that country, not really going back and forth. And two, I didn't have much interest about studying abroad. So honestly, like being able to meet you guys, it really is like such a good blessing for me. And it
aw,
just made me feel even more grateful that I did decide to come here. So
That's really sweet.
I do my best. But
aw, I'm happy
Yeah.
to meet you guys too,
oh, it's
Likewise, likewise.
especially
Yeah.
Mel and some days Saeed. But yeah,
I'll take some days. I'll take some days. Some days is still good. It still counts though,
some
right?
some days like when I remember Saeed is there, I just like, oh, I'm so happy that we're friends. But that's like maybe once a week or so.
I'll still take once a week. Yeah,
Um,
this guy is so
I'll take
humble.
you.
This guy is so humble. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So, Saeed, when you came to the university, or sorry, not came, when you enrolled into the university,
Hmm.
how did it feel for you? Like, in the very beginning, knowing that you're sitting in a classroom, majority of them are Filipino, probably too shy to speak English to you, or did you feel comfortable right away because this was something that you've always wanted?
I mean, like I have a funny story that I could say. Like my first day in college,
Mhm.
and I had a class, a botany class. I was supposed to, because I was a bit late. I was a week late because of enrollment and stuff. They held me back. So the class already started, and they were already like 1 week ahead. So the first week, yeah, I stepped in the class. Supposedly, I had botany. So because it was my first week, I still didn't get my uniform. So I was wearing like a casual clothes. So I stood out as like a new foreign guy just sitting in the back. And so I attended this class. It was like 7:30 class. And I knew botany was about plants and everything, but I could swear that the class that I got in has nothing to do with botany or plants or any of that matter. It was something else. I think it was about animals. So
God.
yeah,
What?
yeah. So I attended the lecture, and the prof was it was like giving a small introduction about the subject and everything. So when the lecture ended, like an hour and a half, I went, I came up to the prof and I told him, "Sir, I'm new to this class, and here's my form." He looked at the form and he looked at me. He's like, "You're new? He's like, yeah, I just came here and this is my first day. I was like, this is a second year class and this is zoology. You're in the wrong class. I was like, really? But the door says, and the red form says the same. He laughed out and he said, no, no, you came in the wrong class. He actually took me to my right class, which I was pretty late because I missed out like an hour and a half.
Oh.
And it was
Oh
a
wow.
really a disastrous first day. But ironically, I stepped in. I think they were having a lab,
Mhm.
and the prof was so nice, and the class already were in group for some experiment or something, and the some a group were nice enough to like adopt me, and that's how I knew people are actually nice here and so hospitable. And I was not as scared as I was from the first day because everyone was nice to me from the jump. So yeah, it was a funny experience looking at it now. But yeah, that was my first day in class here.
Were your group mates Filipino, or did you also have like some foreigners in that group?
No, no,
Oh,
they're
you're
all
the
Filipinos. They
wait.
were
So
all
you're the
Filipinos.
only foreigner in the whole class?
Yeah, I think I was to some extent. That's all I could remember. But the group that I asked me to join them, they're all Filipinos, and I still like I'm still a good friend with one of the group mates, and I still tease her, saying her that she's the first person that I met in school. And yeah, and people here are nice, and the classmates were really nice and helpful to me, especially like coming from a different kind of educational system, different culture, different everything. Just stepped in, and I don't know like almost nothing to what I'm supposed to do, and they were kind enough to teach me and help me along the way. Yeah,
That's really cute. That's
Mhm.
nice.
yeah,
That's
it is.
so
It is.
different from what happened to me.
Oh
What
gosh.
exactly happened?
Well, I think my first day of class, I think I skipped like half of my whole morning class because I went to the wrong building. And then I kept asking people, like, hey, do you know where this building is? And then the guard would point in one direction, and then I would get lost, and then I would ask some random person. So it was just like going back and forth. And after a while, I just gave up. I just sat down on the floor in the corridor and then waited until afternoon because my next class was right in front of me. So, yeah.
What a way
Man,
to start the first class.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I think my first day I was really panicked because my first class, I think it was Pol Sci, Paul Gov, I
Oh,
think.
okay. Yeah.
And
Was
dude,
that a
that, huh?
is that a freshman subject? I don't
Yeah, it
remember.
was. It was a
Yeah.
freshman subject.
Mm,
It's about politics or in governments or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, and I felt so panicked because it was a 7:30 class. I was not used to waking up that early to go to
yeah.
school. Like not at all. I don't wake up until like 9, to be honest. So, um
Yeah.
first day, 7:30, first class, Paul Gov. And the class was like at the 6th floor. And you know how like in the elevator area of, I think it was the Educ building. I think it's always full. And
Yeah.
it was the first day. I didn't want to be late. So I saw how full the elevator was. I ran from the ground up to the 6th floor and I was out of breath and I was sitting in class and I was like looking at my teacher just kind of panting like, dude, what the heck, man? Like it's the first day. I'm already tired. And I won't lie, the teacher was kind of scary because she seemed a little strict, but yeah, that was about it. I don't remember the rest of the day. That's all I remembered.
The-
wow.
But then, Said, so
Yeah.
first day, you entered botany, and then you were grouped with a bunch of Filipino people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, did you eventually ever find friends who also came from like Saudi or like from the Middle East?
Oh yeah, yeah. The same day, I think I had another class in the afternoon, and I was surprised to see some other foreigners with me. Some foreigners from Iran and some from the same country that I'm from, and that kind of made me a bit relaxed.
Mhm.
Yeah, and from the jump, I introduced myself to them and we became friends. Yeah, and they told me what to do and what not to do. It was a bit relaxing to find someone that you can relate to, but at the same time, I try to make like friends with other classmates who are not the same as me. Yeah.
Right. Was it easy for you to find Arabs at the school? I think there were like a lot,
Yeah,
right?
when I met those Arabs first in my class, they showed me this room we had in our school. It's an international student room where all the foreigners usually hang out there and stay there. And I was surprised to know or to see the amount of Arabs there and even foreigners there. And yeah, eventually I became friends with most of them. And because we were like confined in one room, we would see each other a lot. So we felt like we were some sort of family or something like that. And it was really nice to find someone that could relate to what you're going through, like being a foreigner here. And that was a bit easing and relaxing to
Yeah,
me. And I
having
think, yeah,
no, I was just gonna say having that international students hall around for all the foreigners to hang around, it really helped a lot of us actually in adjusting.
yeah, it's true. It's true. And one thing about the international students or the ISH as we called it, because there was like a good mix of different nationalities and different cultures, I really got to experience or to know so many things that I was really ignorant about of other countries and other cultures from the people there because I get to like firsthand meet the person and I would know about like some country that I didn't even hear about. I think some people could also relate. Like, who would know anything about Eritrea? I think none, because we all stayed there and we were really close. We really started like understanding each other and appreciating other cultures, and it really opens up like how you think about other people, and it's a good thing, and I'm really like so thankful that I had to meet like those people because that changed a lot of me and how I deal with people, especially with people that I don't know or are like from other country or something.
Oh, dude, I
So
felt you on that, man. I
Yeah,
felt you
same.
on that. Okay. The story about
yeah,
ISH, though, I think it's different for everybody, but I feel like you and G can relate well because you guys actually stand out as foreigners. I didn't know about this until G dragged me into ISH.
yeah,
You're welcome.
Thank you. Hey, I'll be honest, that's such a huge sigh of relief because one, like even though
Oh,
I'm Filipino
oh
and
yeah.
I can
Mhm.
kind of blend in with Filipinos and speak Tagalog and stuff, it's
Yeah.
still English
But I
that
still
comfortable for
remember
me.
when I dragged you there, you were kind of reluctant to enter. You were saying that, oh, like,
mm,
but it's only foreigners. And I told you, like, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, she dragged me, like
It's
grabbed
because,
me by the collar and dragged me in there. Dude, just
yeah, I
get in
mean, it's
there.
because I think there was this sort of stigma, like, if you're full Filipino by blood, you're not allowed inside. And that was, like, kind of weird. Like, you were raised abroad, so, like, why don't you just stay with us here?
I'm not gonna lie, there were several foreigners in that hall that did come up to me or like kind of whispered on the side and just said
Yeah,
like, "Why is she here? She's Filipino. Who
yeah,
dragged her in here?"
there was this prejudice against Mel or some others that were pure
Filipino.
Filipino. I mean, they're
Filipino.
looking at the
Yeah.
blood. They're not really looking at how the person was raised.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Exactly. Well, hey, I mean like I had my fair share of prejudice. I'll be honest here.
Mhm.
I have an idea of what you're thinking of.
Right. I had no
Yeah.
idea that Macau and Hong Kong were completely separated in China.
The
I had
same.
no idea. See, I'm not the only one. Okay.
I mean,
You
it's not your
see?
fault that you don't know the geography of that side of the continent. It's fine.
I mean, like some,
No. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
some
I,
listeners might think like, "Oh, come on, like like you should know this by now, dude."
Yo,
Honestly,
we're dentistry students. We're not geography students. Like, it's fine.
Saeed is with me on this.
Well,
no, it's okay. But yeah, I really could relate to what you're saying because as much as it's like a trivial thing that we don't have to know, but still, it's really good to know about this. And I was also as shocked as you are to know. It's like there's more to China than just China, and it's like
Right.
Hong Kong, Macau, and it's like for all different parts, and it's a good thing to know.
yeah, the more
And
you
they
know,
don't
like,
that they yeah
there's always the opportunity to learn new stuff. So, like, I think it's fine. At least now you know. You didn't know before, but having a friend from there let you be educated. So, it's a good thing that we all know now that it's not
yeah.
just one clump of land being spread.
And it's the same
uh,
for other cultures and other countries. It's really interesting.
Yeah,
Like
same. Like,
you'll be shocked about like the
yeah,
information that you could get like meeting a new people from a different part of the world. So yeah, it's a good thing.
yeah, because like before I met Said, I didn't know that there was a country called Eritrea. When he told me where he was from, I had to pause for a second and think of all the countries I know in Africa. And then I was just like, I'm sorry, I don't know where you're from.
I really understand that because usually when someone I think it's common and I think every Eritrean here could also say the same. Whenever someone asks me where are you from, I will say Eritrea. As soon as I see the confusion in that person's face, I'll just say East Africa. I think
Exactly.
yeah, that's the
You
safest
say the
thing.
region where you are, or like in
Yeah,
what area you are. Some people they don't know where Nigeria is, and I just tell them, "Oh, it's West Africa," and then I leave
yeah,
it up to their imagination to figure out what part of West Africa it's in. But as long as you know what West is,
yeah. I mean, yeah. I give you the information. You do whatever you want to do with it. But
yeah,
there are
you do
like
the homework and research by yourself. I already did my part of helping you.
it's true, and there are like a handful of people. I'm saying really few people who would actually respond. Oh, Eritrea, I know Eritrea, and it's really rare. So I really
um,
understand if someone didn't know where Eritrea is. Plus, it's a small country, and yeah, it's totally understandable if you had no clue what Eritrea is.
yeah.
Yeah.
dude, when you meet another Eritrean, do you like
Hmm.
hype up, like get excited, like, "Oh my gosh, you're Eritrean," and then do you guys like speak in Eritrean or English?
Yeah, actually, like how to say this? This is when I first meet any Eritrean, I would be hyped up. And there's one thing about Eritreans here in the Philippines. They're usually from just like me, who was born in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly their backstory is just as similar as mine. And yeah, we would talk in Arabic because most, like maybe 90% of the Eritreans here are from the Middle East. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll be shocked, but we will talk in Arabic because like yeah, that's the language that we're comfortable speaking to each other too. Yeah,
Can
and
you
that's the case. Yeah, that's the case with my Eritrean friends in the school.
can you
Yeah,
give us something in Eritrean?
like a word.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, okay, I know it's kind of annoying to like, have a
No,
person
no,
ask you, "Hey, can you say something in Tagalog?" Or gosh.
Tagalog, come on.
Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, so like
Yeah,
in America, usually like when people pronounce stuff, it's usually pronounced differently. So for us, it's Tagalog, but for them, it's Tagalog. So I don't know, like I kind of pick up some of their pronunciations too, and it's just like, oh my gosh, you're
You
Filipino. Can you
so you're
say something
pretty
in Tagalog? Like
yeah.
what? I'm sorry. You don't have to if you don't want
you're
to.
ruining your language for yourself by picking up bad pronunciation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, man, don't say sorry to us. Say sorry to yourself.
I am. You guys are just hearing it.
No, but sure, it's okay. Just what do you want me to translate in our language?
How about where are you going? Where are you running? Where are you going?
Why are you running?
Why this sentence specifically, G? I like how your Nigerian accent kind of came out too.
What?
Yeah.
My accent comes and goes, man. It comes and goes. I'm trying to have a proper conversation here.
I'm just saying. I
So
But
this is the part where you say, "Where are you going?"
where are you going?
Saan ka pupunta? Like
Uh,
where
Oh,
you going?
what?
where are you going?
Yeah.
So it's basically like Nabay Tayid Alaka. It's like where are you going?
In what
I
language?
don't know, it's Eritrean. It's called Tigrinya. That's the
Okay, so
language.
all
That's the
right.
language we speak in Eritrea.
Now we just have to know that Eritrean to call you out if what you said is wrong.
The chances are so slim, but yeah,
I mean, like, you
we'll see.
never know. You never know. You
We'll
never
see.
know.
I could have like made that up. You wouldn't know, but yeah, maybe someone would catch that and correct me. Yeah.
All
So
right,
yeah,
then.
I'm not gonna lie, that did sound a little bit Arabic though.
Yeah, it kind of did to
really.
me. Since he mainly speaks English and Arabic, so like maybe it affects his pronunciation. And then since
Uh-huh.
to hear him speak Arabic, it sounded like Arabic to us.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
no, like to be honest, the country, the language, the Eritrean language, and the Arabic language are different, but we still have the those letters who people actually struggle to say it
Oh yeah, I know
like
those.
ha ha we still have it in Tigray, and that's why it's easier for me to learn Arabic if I was Eritrean because I know how to pronounce that, and we still have more difficult letters in Eritrean language. Maybe I have an accent, who knows, because I usually don't speak Eritrean language except with my parents. Yeah.
Oh, I bet like $5 that you have an accent.
I mean, maybe, yeah. I think I do. Maybe. I don't know.
Wait, can you
Um,
even tell
Unless.
the accent, G? That you
no, I
could bet.
can't.
So why are
But
you betting $5?
I'm gonna get someone else that speaks the same language and ask them, does Saeed have an
I would
accent?
accent.
And then I'll just tell them that it's okay, it's okay. Like we'll split the $5, and then you just say that he has an accent.
What here's 250 for you, here's 250 for me. Wow.
Yes, so that Saeed doesn't get anything because like I don't want to lose, but it's better if I lose and split money with someone else than I lose and give the whole $5 to him.
Saeed, your accent is on the line.
I'm nervous now.
It'll be fine. Wait, so
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Speaking of language and accents, so you came here knowing Eritrean and Arabic, and of course English, since you talk to us in English. How are you able
Yeah.
to cope around a country where, like, in some parts, English is not their strongest, and they just kind of ask you in Tagalog instead, or like they
Uh,
can only talk to you in Tagalog?
I mean, to be honest, I was really lucky. Like when I came here, I was surprised by by how good people are in English, and it's a good thing for like a foreigner or a tourist or whatever. They make things easier. But yeah, of course, I would naturally like meet someone who would ask me or talk to me in Tagalog. At the beginning, I was really how to say I couldn't understand anything, but with time, I started picking up some words here and there, and the basics in learning a language. You first learn the bad words. I think anyone could agree with that. That's like for your survival, I think. So yeah, like day by day, I started picking up some words. Like to this point, maybe around 7 years in, I still cannot speak Tagalog, but I could understand like maybe 60% or 70% of whatever is being said, and I think it's
Same.
good for survival. But I'm still trying to be kind of fluent in speaking, especially in my course, which I would have to be interacting with patients and some of the patients speak little to no English. And yeah, like the past few years when I started like actually meeting patients, I started like realizing, oh my God, I don't know anything about this language. So I started kind of practicing. It's not really good, but I'm still trying. And hopefully by the time I graduate, I would be able to at least speak a little bit Tagalog, and that would be an achievement for me. But I'm still trying though. And I have so many friends that are actually trying to help me with it, and I'm so thankful for them. But yeah, like to the language, it was really easy for me because most of them speak English. But the part when people speak Tagalog, I had to actually ask about the meanings and stuff like that, and I had to pick up some words here and there. And in classes, even in classes, like some professors would kind of scold me, but in a joking way. Like, how come you don't know like Tagalog and you've been here this long? And I don't blame them for telling me this. And I should have learned a long time ago, but I'm still trying though.
Well, that's good. But like, okay, dentistry, of course, we have to like select a patient to work on, right?
Hmm.
I understand trying to get a patient and convince them to go to school for dental work is like super difficult. Okay, so to our listeners out there, just wanted to let you guys know that in the dental course, once we hit our third and our fourth year of dentistry proper, that's what we call it here. I don't know what you guys call it in different countries, but here we call it dentistry proper. And our third and fourth year of dentistry proper, we start looking for patients and we have to be convincing for them to come in for dental treatment. Mind you guys, the Philippines is like really poor, and there are very many people that could not afford dental care because insurance is not really that popular here. Usually people pay out of pocket, but because in dental school, it would you say it's like a free service, or because
I
it's also
mean,
for our experience?
it's a need and a service. We need them. They need us. But it's at mainly our expense. Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
mainly
So
our
yeah.
students' expenses. But they know that we need them.
But it kind of is a win-win.
yeah, it's a
I think
win-win.
it's a win and lose.
In our
Depends.
part, yeah.
Your allowance is losing, but you're winning grades. Is that something?
I
That's true.
mean, yeah, I guess. Wait, but so Saeed, back to our main point.
Yeah.
Okay, if you were by yourself or like if you went to go look for some patients with people, how were you as, a foreigner with minimal Tagalog speaking skills? How were
Yeah.
you able to convince your patients to like come back?
Oh my God, that would be disastrous, but I usually try to just wing it, try as hard as I can to like get myself together and collect every Tagalog word that I know and try to put them in a sentence and make it like kind of understandable and hoping that they would understand it. But in most cases, I mean the thing here, the thing that like speaking Taglish,
Hmm.
like mixing English and Tagalog.
Mhm.
And at some point, it kind of worked for me. Like I would say like 70% in a sentence in English and try to add a dash of, of Tagalog just to just to like for trying for effort. But yeah, so far it's a bit hard, but I managed to a point that I could survive and I could get like sometimes some patience, but mostly I do it with friends, so I get some help, and i.e. you guys, my friends, it help me out. But I try, I try.
I think it's nice, like how dedicated and how hardworking you are to like get your cases done. Being
Hmm.
that, your Tagalog isn't like up to par with locals. You find a local, you talk to them straight Tagalog, then easily convince them come into the clinic and get their dental work done. So I really do appreciate and I really do admire your hard work and dedication for that, dude.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
man.
what she said.
Wow.
I
Thank you,
mean,
G. That
yeah,
means a lot, G.
I'm
Thank
also
you, G.
proud of you, Saeed. Just copy and paste what she said, and I'm all in that.
Thanks, man.
Oh
Thank you.
man. So, okay, we talked about the struggle. I want to ask you, has there been like a memorable time that you found something just so memorable? That's why
Like
memorable time that you cherish just so much while
like
you're
such a
here.
profound memory that like you don't even need to think about it much, but like an event or anything that left a strong impact on you.
I mean, now that you ask, I really can't think of something specific to be honest, because so many great things happen to me while I'm here.
Wow, so
But
many great things.
I mean, yeah, I mean, from hanging out with you guys, from traveling with you guys and my other friends who I met here, I had so many good experiences here in the Philippines, and I'm glad
Do you have
that I
any
could
favorite?
enjoy them. I really couldn't think of something specific because really there are like a lot of them really. But let's see.
If you really have to think of one, like literally squeeze a drop of a memory.
Um, let's see.
It's like on a hot chair. Like,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I'm
I didn't.
sweating profusely. Nah, that's fine.
I don't
But
mean to make you sweat in the middle.
I do.
no, that's okay. But yeah, I think I got something. It was my birthday. I think it was my 23rd birthday. It was special because in
It
our
happened
culture,
10 years
I don't know,
ago.
just huh?
Huh? No? I don't know
Like,
you.
it was special because in our culture, I cannot speak of everything, everyone, and like same as me, but we really don't celebrate birthdays that much.
Hmm.
It's just another day. Oh my God, you turned 20 something. Oh, congrats. You're closer to death now. It's
Wow.
just, it's just,
Sounds so morbid.
no, it's just, is it something that special, you know? Like,
Oh man.
I was actually shocked when I came here. They really take it seriously.
Do you?
Yeah, we
Like
love celebration.
celebrating. Yeah, and there's something that really nice, like when people here celebrate their birthdays. Usually, the guy or the girl who's like whose birthday, if let's say it's my birthday, it's my job to like buy all the food, set up all the play,
Oh
all the
yeah.
stuff, and invite all the people. At the beginning, it didn't make any sense to me. It's like it's my day. Why should I, you know? I should be getting stuff, not giving stuff. But it's a good thing, and this is why it's a good thing to know about some other people cultures, and that's how they celebrate their birthdays. The guy or the girl who has his birthday, they would invite their friends and their families and their close friends and their partners, and would enjoy the night and food and everything. And because I came from a culture that really don't take it that seriously, I really don't celebrate my birthday that much. But there's this one time a few years ago, they surprised me with the birthday party, which I
Oh
was
yeah.
really not expecting anything. I didn't anticipate to have
Oh
anything of
yeah,
some
that.
sort. Yeah, it was the nicest thing, and yeah, I think I would never forget that day. It was really good, and almost all my friends, including you guys, were there, and yeah, it was really fun, and yeah, that's one day that I wouldn't forget.
Aww.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
that day was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. Because when we were planning everything, we had a friend, we have a mutual friend who was like, how are we gonna get Saeed here without being suspicious? And we tried to think of very many ways to try to kidnap you and get you to that place. But because you share a birthday with somebody, we're like, okay, great. How are we gonna kidnap two people and like bring them to the place? And so we have another friend who brought up the idea, yo, they haven't been to my place yet. I could like introduce them to my place. And the whole idea was to go gymming. I remember that so well because when Saeed came up, he was like, yo, I thought we were gonna go to gym.
The sad part is I was really hyped up to go to the gym, and I have all my gym
Wow.
stuff in the bag. And I was like, "Oh, let's get this over with. Let's go pick up the other friend and let's go. Come on." And yeah, they caught me off guard, and I had zero. about that. It was really fun. It was really funny.
Were you
And
really looking
I was
forward to
gullible
Japan cooking?
enough. I was gullible enough to really not even think about it. Yeah, it was my birthday, but I didn't even think about it as such. And yeah, that what made it really
Uh,
really amazing and nice day. Yeah, you were saying?
I didn't
Or
Mel.
y-
Yeah.
do you know those moments where you just kind of have a brain fart?
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly what happened, but I was totally off guard. I took a few seconds to like my brain to click. Oh yeah, what's happening? What's this? Oh yeah, it's my birthday. I see happy birthday on the wall, and in the biggest font. Yeah, I was not ready for that. My brain was not ready for that. Really,
You were ready to gym.
exactly.
You know how ironic that is? He was ready to go work out and lose a few pounds, and then he ended up going to a birthday and gaining some instead with all the food you guys brought.
Hey,
Ironically, yeah, yeah,
not gonna lie though, the whole preparation, it was a little bit hard. Okay, it was a little bit
yeah.
hard, but it was like a fun kind of hard, I guess. Everybody was preparing food and, like, oh gosh. I think we just got to a point where everybody was just so hungry they couldn't help themselves, so they kept picking off of the food while we were waiting for you guys to arrive. It literally came to the point where when you look at the thing, it's like half of almost everything, and I'm just like, whoever did not eat, you guys get priority. And whoever like freaking munched off of these, get in line. Go to the back. This isn't fair. Yeah.
Dude, well, I'm really thankful to have you guys as friends. I won't forget
Um,
that day. Hmm.
Aww. I feel cherished. I feel cherished. Let's see.
Good. Yeah.
Oh, so before we approach an end to our podcast, there's like two or three questions more that I do want to ask you, that me and G want to ask you, actually. Aside from like being a foreigner, being an Eritrean that grew up in an Arabic setting, coming here completely new and culture shocked, probably, to Philippine culture. Was there anybody that you looked up to throughout
or
your
like
years of being here?
a role model zone that left a big impression on you.
Yeah.
Mm, that's a hard question because
He
I've
looked up to
met
himself. I'm just kidding.
no,
You look up to yourself. Wow.
no, what a narcissist thing to do. But no, because I've met a lot of people here that I actually look up to, and because there are a lot, I can't really pick someone like to say, oh, this guy is my role model, or this girl is my role model. But the people who like my friends, my close friends, the people who are around me, the people that actually makes me feel that there's someone for me. That's the people. That's kind of people that I really appreciate having around. But to say that someone that I look up to, I can't think of anyone specific because almost all my friends are a really huge part of my journey here, and I really don't know how would I survive if I didn't get to meet like my friends here, and that is you guys and all of the friends that I know here. Yeah.
Oh, mm.
Aww. You're
Yeah,
Um,
honestly way too sweet.
yeah, I can see that. Kind of.
yeah, you're just so like
It's giving.
everything that you've done where you are, you always make sure to attribute it to your friends or your family. Like so many influences on you, and you just make sure to mention them. Like not even focusing on one. Wow. Sure, you don't want to just pinpoint only one and just single one person out like that special friend.
I
Wink,
really
wink.
can't. I
Me.
really.
You? Could I ask you to just squeeze a single drop of a person from your group of like people that you know that's very inspirational to you, or like really just nah?
I thought I
There's
was
just a lot of people.
inspirational in his life. I'm just kidding.
Well,
Let me see, but it's really hard because I stayed here for like 7 years and it felt like it's forever, and I've met so many people. It's kind of hard to answer that question. Because I really can't think of one single person that I
Oh, that's
really look up to.
that's all
Yeah,
right. So long
yeah.
as you mentioned
I mean,
previously that all of your friends, including us,
I could easily say G.
as you
but
should. I'm just
where's
kidding.
the but? Where is the but?
I think I'll be political here and I'll say G just because it's your show.
Oh, wow.
Hang on a minute.
Then you should also say Mel. That you should like say you guys are the best for letting me come here. Come on, say it. I'm like
Yeah, you guys are the best for letting me come
No,
here.
no, 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 no. Now this part is just scripted. We can.
I
Hey.
am. I would
well,
like
I
to
mean,
let the
this is
listeners
not
know I'm in no shape or form being punished or asked to say this. But you guys,
well,
yeah,
I mean,
you
like
guys are.
if he can pick one, then I will help him to pick one.
What?
You picked you, so yeah, I agree.
Well, okay. You know what? I will feel that smidge. I will feel that smidge of specialness then. It's wow. Okay. Okay. All right.
so
Wait.
yeah,
That
and
brings me
then
to like a small question though. I'm
Hmm.
sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, G.
no, it's all right.
But
Carry on.
this is a question that I've always wanted to ask, like or ask our group of friends. Since our group of friends, majority of them are from abroad.
Who's the
But
coolest
you,
foreigner?
what is this, like elementary school? I think you're the coolest foreigner. No way. Oh my god. No, 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 no. I wanted to ask you, okay, Saeed, since
Yeah.
you've been here for like 7 years already, and you've basically adapted, to Philippine culture,
Hmm.
kind of.
Yeah. Some extent.
After after you graduate, do you think that you will stay here, or are you gonna go abroad? Or are you gonna go back?
Let's see. I think, like, realistically speaking, I can't really practice here
Mm-hmm.
because you should be a citizen to be able to practice here in the Philippines. But if you'd ask me if, like, for any reason I was in some other course that does not require like a license or something to stay here, I think I could stay here. It's really like my time here has been really good in the Philippines that I could actually settle in here and just stay here.
Mm-hmm.
But because like realistically speaking, I can't practice here, so I think I would go back to Saudi and practice there
Uh,
since I could actually go there and practice. But yeah, if I had the chance, if I was like in some other course or if you asked me to stay here, if I would stay here, I would actually stay here. It's really nice here. It's it's calm. The people are nice. The country is really nice, and yeah, I could see myself staying here.
uh,
Okay.
Hmm.
Aw.
if,
Wait, gee, aren't you gonna be
yeah.
staying here afterwards, or you're gonna go abroad?
This is about him, not me.
Well, I just wanted to ask you because, like,
Oh
if
well,
Saeed did choose to like
I
stay
am.
here,
I'll go wherever the wind blows.
Nah,
Honestly,
look at you, so spontaneous and shit.
yeah, I am that spontaneous because like I say, I graduate and I think I'll work here for like maybe 2 3 years, and if like for me though,
Mhm.
it depends on where my partner is. Like I don't mind
Uh,
moving to another country to stay with them, or like if my partner is here, then I will stay here and work here.
Mm-hmm.
no, that's interesting. What about you, Mel?
Well, I do have citizenship here, so I could work
You
here.
could practice here. Huh? I
Yeah,
see.
I could practice here. But because like I grew up and I was born in the US, and majority of my family is there, and majority of my life is there, I think I would work here for probably a couple months or a year. It really depends. And then go back.
So
Mhm.
you basically you see yourself like living or staying in the States rather than staying here.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
basically,
understandable.
For
I
me,
mean,
I don't really
your
mind.
family is there, so it's really understandable.
yeah. So I don't, I mean,
I mean, look at it though. Mel is more family and friends oriented. Me, I'm just like wherever the wind blows. And then for Saeed, this is citizenship stopping.
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
gee, you wanted to ask him something and then I cut you off. My bad,
Oh,
dude.
that's fine. Like I was just gonna, cause the episode is about rounding up to an hour. Just gonna ask the last question.
Yeah.
Saeed, do you have any advice or life lessons you wanna share to our listeners? Like any advice at all?
Let's see. An advice being a 26 years old, living in this earth for 26 long years, being this old, I think I would say the advice that I would say to anyone is like do what you love and love what you do. And the other thing would be just try to live for now, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do now. I live for now and not stress about the future that much, and like basically because of everyone goes through some hard things, some shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So to kind of deal up with the anxiety and depression thing, the depression, you try to think of now and today instead of being stressed out and worried of something that didn't actually even happen or something in the past that already have happened and you're missing out on today and the opportunities you could have today. So I would say try to think of today and yeah, try to be happy, be kind, be nice to people. And same thing could happen to you.
Oh.
Well, that's some good advice to share with people, especially those that tend to overthink and stress about situations that haven't even happened yet. Just live in the moment, enjoy now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
one of those people that overthink. So like hearing something like this is actually very calming and it does help. Just don't
Uh,
overthink.
I I am someone that switches between overthinking and not even thinking about it at all. Very spontaneous, as I said.
Wherever the wind blows. Every time you say that, I get like Pocahontas feels from you.
Yo, same. Say when I said that sentence, my mind was like, "Oh darn, I'm just here doing some Pocahontas stuff." Like I should paint with the color of the wind. To yeah,
The-
But that's some really good advice. Thank you so much, Saeed.
yeah.
Thank
Thanks,
you, thank
Saeed,
you.
for being part of our episode and allowing us to have you as a guest and answering our questions, sharing your experiences, both the funny ones and the ones that you are grateful for the people around you for helping you and being there for you, and you being able to learn from situations. Really appreciate you sharing your experiences with us on this episode. And anything to add, Mel?
Copy and paste.
Wow.
No.
Oh, wow.
No. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It was needed. I thought it was a perfect moment to slide that in. No, 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 but like Saeed, Yeah, thank you so much for like sharing stuff. Like there's some parts in this episode that even I don't know about Saeed.
Oh,
So
interesting.
it's really like a get to know you for who you are, getting to know you and understanding about you being you. And that's the whole idea about this podcast is to learn more about people, being themselves and you being you. Like it's such an interesting
Yeah.
story where you come from, struggles you face, what you learn, and what makes you happy, people that inspire you. It's just really good. It's such a
Mm.
good feeling to know these kinds of things. Not on like personal levels, like, hey,
Yeah, just to
you
just to
know,
listen to your experiences and learn, gain something from it, and relate.
I
Yeah.
feel like some of our listeners could probably relate to you too. So if
Yeah.
any of you did catch what he said in Eritrean, y'all need to say something. All right.
Like,
I was hoping that you
please
guys
call him
forget
out.
about it.
Call him and his accent out. Okay.
I'm
Oh
pretty
god.
confident about it. Kind of. But no, thank you guys for having me. I'm really glad to be part of this, and I'm honored to be part of this. And I wish you guys the best
Oh.
No,
with this project. And I like the idea, and I really support you guys, and good luck with it.
Oh, thank
no,
It
you.
thanks,
was
Saeed.
it was
So,
fun. It was fun.
yeah. So there you have it. This episode was us interviewing our friend Saeed.
It's a
Thank you guys.
Once again, I'm your host, G.
And I'm Mel, and thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to today's podcast. Bye,
Bye.
guys. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to stay tuned for our upcoming episodes on this podcast, Being You by Mel G. I'm your host, Mel, and I'm signing off.